Hi, welcome to LatinoGraduate.net. I'm Aaron Sanchez, your host. We have a very special guest, Gabby Villanueva. Thank you so very much for coming to the show.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for having me, and thank you guys for watching us.
Oh, absolutely.
In this beautiful afternoon in LA.
That it is. Gabby, yes. You're a singer, a songwriter. How did you start? What's your story?
Well, yeah, singer-songwriter. I worked in TV before. I've done commercials. I guess it's in my blood already because my parents both were singers.
Oh, were they? Oh, okay.
So I come from a very musical family.
So they promoted ever since you were a child.
Well, yeah. Well, they promoted, the love and the music in me because I know them. That they've been struggling and working really hard. When I was growing up, I would see them doing tours, and my mom she did movies with with Vicente Fernandez, Juan Gabriel,
with
all these big artists. Maria Gabriela.
Oh, okay.
She's like she was a Latin ranchero singer.
Oh.
Very traditional mariachi song with her hat and her Mexican attire. So I grew up, with all that around me, all the musical influence, the Mexican influence.
Right.
And, growing up in that, I had to have something, I did my first commercial when I was 5.
5 years old? What was the commercial? What were you doing?
My mom, she got me that commercial when we were living in Tijuana for a couple of years, which is the frontera de acá in California.
Okay.
And it was for the city of TJ. It was like a very, awareness of not to litter and to take care of your city.
Right.
It was for the community.
And what did you say?
I don't remember. I was 5.
Don't litter.
Something like that. Yeah, it was like, don't litter. What I do remember is that my mom always tells me that when we did that commercial,
right.
I did it like 2 times and that was it. Like we didn't have to repeat a lot.
Oh, that was good. So you are a natural. Now that's interesting because you see some of these stars, which they even have shows where they have the musicians as parents that have made it big, and then it's the children that they want to help promote, but the children aren't motivated. So it seems like you're very motivated. What do you think is the key to that, to your being so motivated?
I guess it's just, everybody wants to be successful in life. Everybody wants to, do something, create something, become your own self, and do just things that, also impact other people, and, you could touch other people's life, and also, be an example to, my peers, be example to the young people, to my friends, to people that, see me on TV or whatever I do, it's just it keeps me motivated that way because I get a lot of responses sometimes from people that are in another country.
Right.
And,
okay. Yeah.
And people that don't even speak Spanish. I'm like, wow, we're getting to people that are really, really, we're reaching, a different crowd and different people. So it's just very motivating for me to keep going, and we're started something, so we have to go with keep going with our flow, with the ball keeps rolling. Now
that's interesting because a lot of individuals, think that sometimes it's all easy, it's a piece of cake. So when do you hit those bumps in the road? And
all the time. Even I think even big artists that are already on the top, they all hit bumps. Even in on the way through your success or whatever you're doing, there's always a lot of difficulties, a lot of doors that close, and and it's just a matter of being really persevering what your dream and your goal is, and just keep going. I mean, something happens, 20 doors close and one could open. You
that's good, because people usually stop at the second door closing, right?
Second door.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a bunch of opportunities. You never know when you're gonna get a good opportunity, to do something. So it's very luck, and it's very constant. Just being and trying and doing everything that you can to work hard.
Now, Gabby, did you have any either inspiration from anybody, either at the education level, or was it all your parents only?
You know what? I always loved school. My grandfather used to take me to the library when I was very little.
Oh.
So I grew up my grandfather used to be a journalist.
Oh, really? So he kind of gave you that perspective.
Yes, he had his own paper, his own news. his magazine, and he used to be a journalist, writing for other big papers in Mexico. And well, I grew up with him a lot of, with a lot of his knowledge, and he used to take me go to the library and read Spanish,
Wow.
And like, don't forget how to read and write Spanish when you're growing up here in the United States.
So he was very pro
He was one of my, I guess, my biggest influence too.
Oh.
And since I always I was never a geek, but I like school.
Right.
And I had
you don't have to be a geek to
like
love
school, But I had really good teachers. I had really good teachers that always pushed us to like do good and keep going and motivate us. Throughout my junior high and high school years and college, we had a teacher that used to be like our drama director teacher. And she was with us from like junior high to like high school, and she really believed in us. So it was something that, wow, somebody that doesn't know you is doing so much for you and for these kids,
Right.
That she thinks they're so talented, and
Right.
she used to really put us out there, like on festivals and fiestas patrias, anything that she could, talent shows, she'll put our group, out there. So that kind of, I developed a lot.
So that part really helped. Yeah, it helped add to your. Now,
a lot, yeah.
Now, so where did you go to school for originally?
I went here. I went to Southgate High School.
Oh wow. Okay. And what did you want to be? You knew you were going to be a singer. You knew you were going to be a musician, or?
I mean, I always knew that I wanted to do it, and I had like the passion and the drive.
Right.
To do it, and I always like dreamed about it, and like every time you're on stage is like they're injecting you with like life, That's
right. The audience
like that.
infuses you.
Yeah. So it's a very special feeling, when you do that. So.
So do you, as a songwriter, how? I mean, I guess the question always is, what motivates you, or what gives you the inspiration to write the songs you've written?
I was just talking today about it with my manager. That sometimes inspiration comes from different ways. Like sometimes I'm driving, like the other day it happened to me. I'm going to the gym, and a melody pops in my head.
Oh. And
that melody kind of like gives me like lyrics of a certain topic or something that I want to express.
Right.
Sometimes it just doesn't come to me, certain times. It just depends. It depends. I could be, laying down. Sometimes I'm at night sleeping. Can't sleep, and then I get an idea, so I start writing.
That's going to say, do you always keep something with you then, wherever you go?
I always carry my tape recorder.
Okay. Oh.
Digital tape recorder.
That's simple. I'm thinking I'll write it up, but
No. Well,
can't wake up
the other day I didn't have my tape recorder, so I had to like record it on my phone.
Oh.
Because you have voice recorder.
Right, your voicemail. Oh, okay, right. So, that's an interesting technology. So, if you don't have one, get one. Okay, good. What would you tell our youth today that want? I mean, maybe there are some right now that are going to high school, and their parents are telling them, perhaps because they're not musicians already, and they're saying, "Well, music, that's a difficult industry to get into. Go for this other thing and have that as a backup."
That happened to me.
Also, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean...
They still told you, even though you were musically inclined?
Yeah, because they knew how hard the business was or is, and they always knew that, you could probably do something else, and they always kind of wanted to, like, get you sidetracked.
Backup plan?
Yeah, like, have your backup plan, like, do this, go to school. I mean, I did. I went to college, and I studied communications, broadcasting, TV. And so that was like my other thing that I said, I really liked being like in front of the camera. I like public speaking. So it was good. I did that.
So, you can still do that. You're probably still doing that now, all right? So you're kind of doing both.
I'm kind of doing both.